Israel-Iran war news. Two bitter rivals have internal problems. Iran and Israel will face global repercussions. Iran and Israel, our two biggest enemies, are in upheaval. Both leaders of these longtime adversaries faced huge problems in the same week. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Defense Minister Yoav Gallant learned that the ICC top prosecutor was seeking arrest warrants for them, which would require any of the 124 signatory nations to arrest them if they visited. The ICC seeks to charge Hamas Gaza chief Yahya Sinwar, Al-Qassam Brigade's leader Mohammed Deif, and political bureau leader Ismail Haniyeh. Spain, Ireland, and Norway also pledged to recognize a Palestinian state immediately and urged more European nations to do so. Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, 85, learned that his president, Ebrahim Raisi, his successor, had perished in a helicopter crash. Both situations will draw the globe into what happens next. The next Iranian leader will inherit an emboldened regime at a tense time. Diplomacy did not earn Raisi the epithet the Butcher of Tehran. The president rigorously enforced Islamic law, including the morality rule that restricts women's activities, travel, and dress. Human rights groups claim Raisi was responsible for the disappearance and extrajudicial death of thousands of demonstrators and political prisoners. In 2022, morality police arrested 22-year-old Mahsa Amini for her scarf showing too much hair, highlighting that crackdown. Authorities say she died in jail from a medical episode, but her family says she was beaten. As Prosecutor General of the Special Court of the Clergy, Raisi vigorously enforced Iran's morality laws, religious precepts the public must follow. The regime's interpretation of these rules controls practically every aspect of women's public existence, from what they can wear to their education and company. This was evident in 2009 when I visited Iran. I met an academic visiting Iran with dual British-Iranian citizenship on the Kuwait-Iran flight. She volunteered to take me around. We took a Tehran bus sightseeing. A metal rod separated men and women on the bus, with males in the front and ladies in the back. This impediment did not stop our talk. An elderly woman seated close the scholar asked, "Are you two married?" After a Farsi argument, the elderly woman went silent. What was all that about? The academic explained that she told the woman we were married to prevent a big scene. The country's law degrades women. A woman's life is worth half a man's under daya, or bloody money in the penal code. An irresponsible motorist who kills a lady or an unborn child must pay her family half as much as if they killed a guy. Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei will oversee Raisi's replacement. Whoever it is will take leadership during a critical time in Iran's relations with Israel and the West. Israel still censors Gaza conflict coverage. Israel's leadership faces new war crimes claims. Outside Israel's parliament, protesters held placards with Netanyahu's bloody visage or crime minister. Netanyahu called head prosecutor Karim Khan KC one of the biggest anti-Semites in our times after the ICC requested arrest warrants. Anti-Semitism is rising in many nations, but as Israel loses international backing for its war, the Netanyahu government and its supporters are accusing more people of it, often without evidence. Israel's prominent finance minister Bezalel Smotrich called President Joe Biden's proposal for penalties on Jewish settlements an anti-Semitic lie recently. Given Joe Biden's unwavering support for Israel and U.S. Jewish communities, linking him to anti-Semitism was unfounded. Israelis rarely see photos of dead or injured Palestinian children, which contributes to the problem. Israelis are typically astonished to learn that massive crowds around the world are protesting the war, unlike Australians who have seen over 8 months of horrible photos. As usual, their social media streams reflect their beliefs. Israeli website Plus 972 uncovered Freedom of Information papers showing that the Israeli government banned the most stories in a decade in 2023. The Israeli military censor blocked 613 items and modified 2,703 others, according to its probe. Israelis rarely read critical war reportage from their own media, except for Haaretz and Plus 972. Many Israelis are unaware of Gaza's crimes, unlike the average Australian. According to Plus 972, Israeli legislation compels journalists working within Israel or for Israeli publications to submit security issues articles to the military censor before publication. No other self-proclaimed Western democracy operates a similar institution, Plus 972 wrote this week.